frontal plane check-in time. Starting with your pelvis, we're going to work on hiking one side of your pelvis up and one side down, keeping your ribs nice and calm. And as you do this, make sure you don't shift off axis. And make sure you don't let one hip go forward or backward, so no rotation, just nice, clean frontal up and down. The other thing that you want to pay attention to as you work on hiking one side of your pelvis up and down is where your weight goes when you do this. Pay attention to where your body weight goes. As you hike one side of your pelvis, your weight should go forward and inside edge of that foot that you're hiking into. Okay, keep it nice and slow. Next, we're going to work on shifting your pelvis off axis to the right and to the left. Ideally, you don't allow one side of your pelvis to go higher or lower than the other. You also want to pay attention to where your weight is shifting. As you shift left, your weight should shift left and vice versa. You can also add in the rib cogs here, which makes it easier to shift a little bit further by reaching the arm up on the side that you're shifting towards. Allow the ribs to flex laterally. Notice how I had to clean that up a little bit. I wanted to shift my ribs as I shifted my pelvis. The next is shifting your ribs side to side. This is really tricky for me. It's getting better, but again, make sure you're not shifting your pelvis in order to feel like you're shifting your ribs. Nice and slow. And then we want to work on shifting the head. Again, something I am not good at. You can see that it likes the tip. So there's not a huge range there for me, but I'm working on it. Then you're going to work on laterally flexing your thoracic spine, which is your rib cage. You want your axis of movement to be up at your mid-spine, kind of where the bottom of your sternum is, not your waistline, not in your lower back. So again, keep it nice. So after you finish working on the ribs, move up to your head. Use your nose as the axis that you're going to rotate your head around to the right and to the left. Watch out for rotating your skull like I am here. Try to keep it nice and clean. And then lastly, you're going to work on cogging it all together. So if you're going to hike the left side of your pelvis, reach your right arm up and see how my ribs are flexing. Working on trying to keep it nice and slow. Don't let anything move off axis. Notice where your weight is shifting. Notice if you're rotating or moving in the sagittal plane a lot in order to get these cogs to work together.